What's up, you guys? I'm not amazing, I'm just mediocre. Welcome back to the channel and this Apex Legends video. Today we're going to be discussing the all-new Season 6 gameplay trailer that dropped this morning and the details you can parse from it. We saw our new legend, we saw some new weapons, the new crafting system, and a plethora of new changes to World's Edge. Hey, if you guys love Apex Legends and you want to stay up to date on everything Apex, consider subscribing to the channel and hitting that notification bell so you can know as soon as my next video releases. But without further ado, let's get into some of these details. The very first thing we see is actually going to be our level 100 Battle Pass skin, the G7 Scout here. This was actually witnessed on Rampart's crafting table in her little animated trailer. I thought it was a flatline at first, but turns out it's actually this G7 Scout skin we're going to get for the Battle Pass this season. In fact, we get a great look at a ton of the Battle Pass skins, and they all look like they're featuring some very big and bright colors, from that Tron-themed charge rifle to this motorcycle racer-inspired outfit that Bangalore is wearing. We're getting all kinds of big, bright colors, and a lot of it we actually saw in the trailer. Like that Sentinel is definitely the same Sentinel that was laying on Rampart's bench. So I think a lot of the gun skins are going to be themed after Rampart and her style of weapon crafting. And just look at these legend skins. They're all super epic and personalized. Like Pathfinder had Marvin written on the side of his leg there, and then Bloodhound has Vinna written on their chest. And just look at that G7 Scout putting down the damage. Battle Pass looks epic this season. We also got a ton of changes to World's Edge, and we received a whole blog post on the website, so I'm going to talk about these map changes towards the end of the video. But right now we're going to talk about crafting, which is a twofold thing. First, we see this device called the Danny Boy, and I believe that's where you actually collect crafting materials from. And then you're going to have to find one of these replicator stations, and you'll get to see a list of items that you can create with your crafting materials. And this is really interesting. What we see here is a limited list of permanent items, daily items, and weekly items. So it's not like you're going to be able to craft anything in the game at a moment's notice with one of these stations. Instead, it's going to be a curated list of items on a constant rotation. It looks like you're always going to be able to pick up a med kit, as well as add 100 Evo points to an Evo shield if you have one. And you also, it looks like the daily items might particularly go together. In this example, we see a Devotion LMG, a purple extended energy mag, and a turbocharger hop-up, and those all go together to make a relatively kitted weapon. This also confirms the fact that the Devotion is coming out of the care package, going back onto the ground. We're also getting extended energy mags back in the mix, and the turbocharger hop-up is coming back into rotation, so all cool things right there. So it appears you go up to these stations, you can spend your crafting materials, and it will give you whatever item you purchased. And even with the Devo, it drops off some ammunition for him to pick up as well. So you won't be left with an empty gun if you buy one from the crafting materials. Speaking of guns, we got our brand new weapon, the Energy SMG, the Volt. I would place the balance level of this weapon as somewhere between the R99 and the R301. It's extremely accurate and very powerful, but it doesn't not fire nearly as fast as something like the R99. We also got great glimpses of Rampart's abilities in use. Here is her amped shield wall. You put this up and it blocks incoming fire. But what it does allow you to do is shoot through that shield and power up your shots as it goes through. You can see all of the weapons firing through that have this kind of lightning bolt style animation around them, almost like the disruptor rounds from season 2, and that's signifying that all the bullets going through that shield have enhanced damage. Even her minigun could receive enhanced damage from shooting through that as well. The final shot of the trailer shows off the all-new rocket ship that Hammond left on World's Edge, and I'm going to reiterate, this rocket ship was never meant to go to Olympus. This rocket ship is destined for somewhere else entirely, and if you want to know what I think about that, click the link that's on your screen right now to hear my theory about Hammond's giant rocket ship. Otherwise, we're going to talk about some of these awesome map changes that are coming. So over here by the dome, right next to the dome, that whole area has been replaced by the launch site. And there's 3 fortified structures for you to conquer and hold, as well as all kinds of loot in that area. They've even added a second passage that goes directly from the Leaf through the mountains that used to be there and towards the new rocket ship. We also had Drill Site replaced with something called Countdown, and I don't know about you, but that big Hammond H looks like it's on top of a rocket launch silo. They look like they're putting some weapons down there. I don't trust them. We also got some awesome giant new structures around Sorting Factory, around the train tracks, and some crazy new features around the bridges. They erected these fortified walls, and you kind of saw them being activated inside the trailer. They start as down on the ground, and the first person to get there can go and activate it and create a giant barrier. They've also added a whole lot more sections across the map between the train tunnels. There's a train tunnel that leads directly from the survey all the way through to Skyhook. And in fact, the train is not running on the tracks at all anymore. The whole train has been stopped. There's train cars lying everywhere across the entire map, and all of the train tracks are now filled with extended loot. They've also added a couple new geysers to the map to assist in traveling around, and the Mirage Voyage has departed its location for now, so no more Mirage Voyage at the moment. Tons of new map changes, lots of new fun stuff coming to the game. I'm excited to see what kind of items that we can get from this crafting materials, and I'm also excited to use this new Legend Rampart and see just how much of a buff that Amp Shield gives your weapons. It's going to be really interesting to see. One of the things they didn't show off at all, though, was what's going on for our Season 6 quest. I doubt they'd start it in Season 5 and then drop the Season quest thing entirely. What do you guys think about that? Let me know down in the comment section below. In the meantime, I'm not amazing, I'm just mediocre, and I'm out.